How's it going, everyone? My name is Ray. Today we're going to talk about what happened in that Raptors versus Pelicans game from last night. So as you probably already know if you're watching this video, the New Orleans Pelicans beat the Toronto Raptors in yesterday's game. Now, it wasn't a blowout win, it wasn't anything extreme, but just last year, the Pelicans weren't even a playoff team and the Toronto Raptors were a very good team. In fact, the Raptors lost in Game 7 of the second round of the playoffs in a series that could have really gone either way. So how is it that the very first game back, the New Orleans Pelicans were able to beat the Raptors by double digits? Now, let's make one thing very clear. Regardless of what team you're a fan of, let's not put too much stock into one game. Granted, there are a couple things worth pointing out about yesterday's game that the Raptors could improve and that the Pelicans did very well. But if you're a Pelicans fan ready to talk trash in the comment section about the Raptors, come on you guys, it's one game. And if you're a Raptors fan ready to go up to Toronto and cry, come on you guys, it's just one game. So keep that in mind with everything. Number 1, Brandon Ingram had a phenomenal night. Ingram put up 24, 11, and 9 on 52% from the field. And then on top of that, Zion Williamson had 15 points and 10 rebounds on 78% from the field. I don't even have words for how unstoppable Zion looked last night. And then for the backcourt, Eric Bledsoe had 18 points and 6 assists on 50% shooting as well. So all of these guys had phenomenal offensive nights, but they were doing all of this on very good efficiency as well. And then if we take a look at JJ Redick, he was in a league of his own. JJ put up 23 points and he did this on 57% from the field and 55% from 3. Once again, how often are guys shooting that high from the field or from 3? Steph Curry, I believe, is a 43% career three-point shooter. So JJ Redick shooting 55% from 3 in one game, plus all these other guys having a phenomenal night on offense as well. And I haven't even talked about Lonzo Ball. Lonzo had 16 points on 44% shooting. And as crazy as it is, out of all the guys who put up a phenomenal offensive performance last night, Lonzo had the lowest field goal percentage, and 44% isn't even bad. So when we see how many guys had such a lethal night on offense for the New Orleans Pelicans, it's pretty clear why they were able to beat the Toronto Raptors. Now, in addition, the Pelicans got extremely hot in the third quarter and the Raptors got really cold. The Pelicans put up 38 points in the third, where the Raptors only put 22 up in the third. And then in the fourth quarter, the Raptors followed that up by only contributing 20 points to the scoreboard. And then if we want to take a look at percentages, I'm going to throw them all on the screen right here. But to give some credit to the Raptors, for the Pelicans to have had that many guys put up such a phenomenal offensive night, the Raptors only lost by 14. So why did the Raptors only lose by 14? They must have done something very well if all these guys on the Pelicans had phenomenal scoring nights and the Raptors managed to not even lose by 20. So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors and see what they did very well and what we can expect from them for this season. Let's start off with Pascal Siakam. Siakam actually played a very good game. He had 20 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds and did this on 8 of 17 from the field. So that's not bad at all. OG, last season I would have given him a pass for this, but not this season after having signed a $72 million deal. He had 8 points and 8 rebounds on 4 of 10 from the field. Now granted, that's not the worst night ever. In fact, he didn't even have the worst night out of his teammates. But after just signing such a huge deal, I would have expected him to come out here and shoot at least at a higher efficiency. Could be better, but once again, it was the first game of the season. I'm not really too concerned. Fred VanVleet, 9 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds on 25% shooting. That's not the Fred VanVleet we all know. Maybe that's the Fred VanVleet you guys know and I'm mistaken, because the Fred VanVleet I know is a bucket getter. But in all seriousness, like I've said throughout the video, this is the first game back. So did Fred have a good game? No, he had a crappy one. But did Fred contribute a lot in the postseason last year? Absolutely. So am I worried about Fred VanVleet? I personally am not, but if you guys have a different take on that, please let me know down below. And then Kyle Lowry really showed up last night for the Toronto Raptors. He put up 18 and 10, and Kyle did this on 7 of 15 from the field. So we definitely can't point fingers at Kyle for last night's loss. And truth be told, the real reason the Toronto Raptors lost was because they did not have an answer for Ingram, Zion, or Redick. Ingram had a near triple-double on really good efficiency, Redick shot nearly 60% from 3, and Zion shot nearly 80% from the field. So anytime a guy shoots 80% from the field, which is rare of course, and anytime somebody else shoots 60% from 3, which is also rare, it's safe to say the defense just did not have an answer. But seriously, if you take one thing from this video, Raptors fans, I would not get too low on this loss. Pelican fans, I would not get too high on this win. If I'm a Pelicans fan, I'm definitely happy with all the potential I'm seeing. You have a potential MVP one day in Zion, a potential MVP one day in Brandon Ingram, a guy who I think is going to have a very promising NBA career in Lonzo Ball, a very good shooter in JJ Redick, a very good guard in Bledsoe. The list could go on. And if I'm a Raptors fan, I'm also not going to get too low on this loss. You guys have a lot of very good guards, some of which I think you guys are going to end up trading for some bigger guys. You have the most versatile point guard in the NBA, in my opinion, and Kyle Lowry. Because when it comes to point guards, I think Kyle Lowry is the best at being able to do it all. You have very good second and third stars in Siakam and VanVleet. You have a lot of rising talent. You guys have Nick Nurse and the guy who, in my opinion, is the best general manager in the entire NBA. So if I'm a fan of either of these teams, which I'm not, I'm very excited to see what the future holds. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for me. I'm trying to see if we can get to 5,000 subscribers by New Year's, which I think we very well can.